Hi, it's Tim Clark with End Times Matrix News coming at you live with Kris today. And we're going to be getting into some interesting symbolism related to predictive programming with some of the upcoming Marvel images. And also, especially today, we're really interested in the unicorn symbolism and the one eye symbolism that we're getting out of the I Pet Goat movie that Enter the Stars put out today, and made us think of the Istanbul location. And so I'm going to introduce Kris, and she'll take it away, and I'll just respond as we go along. Hi, Kris. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Hope everybody's doing good. And yeah, we're looking at this show that Enter the Stars put out, and I was just totally fascinated with all of the research that he's done with showing how this mosque is from Istanbul, Turkey. And on their map, it's called the Golden Horn, and it represents a rhinoceros horn. And then iPet Goat Video has this rhinoceros head and horn that the mosque is sitting on, and Horus rises out of it with the one eye. And so if you've seen the iPet Goat video, you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, we put the link below and you could see that. But Casey also said that it's a symbolism of the Boston bomber, also in this predictive programming that we have, and all of these things that are in sequence with what's going on. And he's saying that this is a representation of Russia bombing this mosque in Turkey. So, but before, we had this Boston bombing, and the so-called terrorists had his eye damaged, and that was a symbolism. And then he did this. They were the Sunni Muslim that they had this symbolism because they do the same dance and they wear the same Suri dance outfits that Horus did in this video.
Right.
So
I think
there's a lot of connections in this video.
Yeah, it's really interesting with the. I guess it's the Sufis doing their
Sufi.
spinning.
I'm sorry, I said
spinning. I forget what they call that spinning dance that they do. But yeah, it definitely matches, and we're looking right now. We're right at that point where we got Russia on the border with Turkey. And we have this stuff going on where Turkey and Russia are in this, provocation. Right there before this, as a lot of Christians are looking at this Ezekiel 38. So, yeah, I think this is a great, this portion of his video, looking at where the rhinoceros is in this mosque. Very interesting.
Yeah, and then Casey pointed out all the fives in this with the explosion, and on the mountain thing here you have the symbol of five, and there's a lot of fives that he dug up on there. But five in Pythagorean numerology is the number of chaos, and so what they do is they create chaos so they can impose their order, and that's the symbolism that we're seeing here. And one of the things that was interesting to me is the Monoceres constellation is the unicorn, and we'll have to do a separate show on that. But the rhinoceros is named after this unicorn constellation that represents Horus, which is the false Christ. And there was a tapestry that was filmed with the Rockefellers explaining this. And like I said, we'll have to do another show on that. But it's just fascinating, all of the symbolism, with the pomegranate tree and Persephone and all of these things that tie into it. And, in the iPet Goat video, we see when the false Christ comes out after the Horus rises from the mosque, and you see the false Christ birth in the Anubis boat, and he has the Aten sun on his head, which Akhenaten worshipped, which represents Mercury. So I just find that interesting. And, Enter the Stars also had this movie that we had in ours too, the Spectre 007.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it had the skeleton dancer that was in the iPet Goat, and then you see the skeleton on the Spectre. But not only that, there was a one-eyed, showing the one-eyed symbolism again in that movie that we showed in our last video. And then in that other movie that we showed with the Eye of Horus and him putting the eye in his head, I mean, there's a lot of symbolism of war and the one eye, and you see all the celebrities making the one eye symbolism. Even, you know, the popes did the one eye symbolism in the 666, and then you got CERN. So you have all this symbolism that is all tied together, that's just in sequence. I mean, it's such synchronicity in the movies and videos and predictive programming, and symbolism is just everywhere right now. And the Economic magazine that we just, the new one that came out for 2016, the unicorn is a symbol of the third eye. And so you see this guy wearing a blue hat representing Mars, the god of war, and he has some sunglasses on that says Pi upside down, which is representing the Indo-Europeans, and it's a bloodline of the silver thread. And so he's representing this, that he has the third eye open. I don't know who he is, so if anybody knows who this guy is, and let me know.
Yeah, and it connects to Zechariah chapter 11, verse 17, where it says, "Woe to the worthless shepherd who leaves the flock. A sword will be on his arm and on his right eye. His arm will be totally withered, and his right eye will be blind." And I find that totally relates to this one-eye symbolism that they like to do, because they basically are telling you that they followed the left-hand path. And the left-hand path is the rejection of Jesus and being the worthless, they follow the worthless shepherd, And so very, very interesting. I find it's just really, as you say, the synchronicity of it coming together with the Syrian conflict, the Iranians, the Russians, the Iraqis, the Kurds, everybody, ISIS, Barry Jihad, Obama, everybody all sitting there right on that Syrian border. And we get this World War III provocation that we see with looks like Casey's accurate, that we're looking at a Istanbul mosque, and that would definitely you want to talk about people going crazy. Russia bombs a mosque, that's a NATO ally, mosque, NATO ally. You're going to have a frenzied reaction of terrorism from that event, and crazy stuff.
Yeah, and another thing with that video, an iPet goat, that the Boston bomber, the region that he came from, they fought for independence from Russia for centuries, and so I just found that fascinating. That's also tied into this video with Russia, and then you have this Boston bombing, the one eye, and then you have them fighting for independence from Russia, and then you have this possible bombing from Russia to this same area. It's just beyond believable. All the research that Casey did, pinpointing all of these things together, is just mind-boggling.
Yeah, and it's flaming the civil war, the global war, the chaos side of things. And I think that's what we saw with the Marvel's universe. They seem to be transitioning with this next phase of the Marvel universe into this Civil War, this Captain America Civil War faction.
Is this coming out May of 2016?
May 6th, 2016. And of course, you got the Old Order, which is Captain America, the dinosaur from World War II, the nationalistic man. He represents the nation of America, Captain America. Where you got this Tony Stark kind of like globalist, believes more in this all the globe together, all humanity. The UN, he would represent the UN, and Captain America would represent the United States. So you got this global civil war basically that's being set up here, where Tony Stark, the evolved UN guy, fighting the nationalistic, patriotic Captain America. And
they become frenemies, right?
Yeah, that's the word. So basically, yeah, we got the transhumanist, globalist, billionaire, UN, Kurzweil, Bill Gates. What are some of these other guys? Some of these the ones that are in the space race kind of stuff. The Elysium gang, the elite of the billionaires, versus the nationalistic, patriotic, little guys. And of course, America is the target, destroying America so that they can have their one world order. And you can see that the Ezekiel 38 is all lined up right now, right there, over there in Syria. And it's I'm going to be putting out a blog post that does relate the very good video just put out today on the Gog, Magog, and the end times, and it basically sums up all this what we're getting into, which is the end times exactly. It's the end game. We're watching the end game, and all this stuff is playing right into it.
Right, and they're going to want to take our guns. That's what Obama keeps hoping for, to take everybody's guns, and that's why we have all these fake shooting hoax, and like the one in Virginia, and they, that one girl, what was her name? That reporter.
Gosh. Yeah, I don't even remember
the guy who would have his little book showing how they were together all the time. The little redhead.
That I believe that is about as much as I believe Zuckerberg taking his 2 months paternity leave. Yeah, I really believe that story.
Well, she has black eye,
yes.
In one of the videos, and it's all in the symbology of what they believe, but it was fake, and there's a lot of fake shooting hoax and a lot of things going on, so that way they can take our guns, and the United Nations is involved with the decision making now with the United States. That's why they got involved with the Iran decision too, and that's why they're doing this climate change thing too by the end of the year. So. And we believe all this is tied to CERN as well, and
Absolutely.
what they're doing, of course. So,
yeah, I got a preview of the Expanse series that was coming out in December. It's not released yet to the regular TV, but I got it off Netflix and watched the first episode. And right in the first minute of the credits, it's talking about going off into space, and the going off into the universe and spreading out the human race and all this. All corporations, basically. But right there in the beginning, it says, and the United Nations runs the earth. Right there.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes. The United Nations is in charge of the earth, right in the first credits of that show. So we'll look that up and put that in this video, get a screenshot for you.
All right.
Well, I think that's all we need to do for this little snippet of predictive programming, and appreciate all the work from Enter the Stars on showing us a very likely, what will you want to call it, a false flag that's going to occur.
Yeah, it could very well, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, Kris, and thank you, everybody, for listening today. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you.